Why women test you and why it's actually great news. You need to understand that when a woman tests you, it isn't a malicious game or a sign that she's trying to be difficult. In fact, even the sweetest, most genuine women will do this, often without even realizing it. Think of it as a biological safety check. From an evolutionary standpoint, women are wired to seek out strength, emotional stability, and consistency. Before she fully invests her heart and her time in you, her subconscious mind needs to know if you are actually the man you claim to be. She is looking for cracks in your foundation, not to break you, but to see if you're sturdy enough to lean on. Because men generally don't test women in this same way, most guys get caught completely off guard, feeling insulted or confused when they should actually be feeling confident. These tests almost always hit their peak during the first 2 to 3 months of dating. This is the vetting period where the initial excitement starts to settle and the real evaluation begins. She might challenge your opinion, pull back her attention, or see how you react to a minor inconvenience. If you understand this, you stop seeing these moments as hurdles and start seeing them as the ultimate green light. Most men fail here because they become defensive, needy, or angry, which only proves to her that they lack the emotional maturity she's looking for. But when you remain unfazed and handle the situation with a smirk and a calm spirit, you aren't just passing a test. You are proving that you are a high value man who can handle pressure without crumbling. The biggest mistake you can possibly make is assuming that a test means she isn't interested in you. Nothing could be further from the truth. In reality, a woman only tests a guy she is seriously considering for a long term spot in her life. If she didn't see a future with you, she wouldn't waste the energy or the emotional bandwidth to see what you're made of. She would simply disappear or keep things purely surface level. Testing is a massive indicator of high interest. It means she's at a crossroads and is checking to see if you're the real deal before she lets her guard down completely. Once you flip your perspective, you'll realize that passing these tests is the single fastest shortcut to massive attraction. Every time she throws a challenge your way and you handle it like a champion, staying grounded, keeping your humor, and refusing to get rattled, her attraction for you doesn't just grow, it intensifies. It builds a deep, visceral sense of respect for you that no amount of nice guy behavior could ever achieve. By understanding the why behind her behavior, you move from a place of confusion to a place of total control, allowing you to strengthen the bond of the relationship while she feels more secure and attracted to you than ever before. The direct verbal challenge. This is the most common test. She'll tease you, say something slightly negative, or poke at your ego to see if you crumble or get defensive. You have three champion responses. Agree and exaggerate. If she calls you a player, don't defend yourself. Say, total player. You should see me at the retirement home. The bingo ladies can't get enough of me. Making it ridiculous shows her words have zero power over your self-esteem. The winning ignore. Simply act like she never said it. Give a slight knowing grin and keep the conversation moving. This proves you are unreactive, which is highly attractive. The compliment reframe. Treat her insult like a glowing review. If she calls you a jerk, respond with, "Wow, you're so sweet. Have I told you how nice you are lately?" It's disarming and flips the tension into a positive. The jealousy test. Jealousy is a massive red flag for women. It signals insecurity or potential danger. She may test your inner strength by mentioning an impressive ex or casually chatting with another guy at a party. The rule? Zero negative reaction. Treat every other man on earth like her brother or her cousin. If she talks about her ex's Ferrari, say, "He sounds like a cool guy. He obviously had good taste in women." If she's talking to someone else at a party, go talk to someone else too. When she sees you aren't bothered, her respect for you will skyrocket. Mastering the favors test. From pleaser to leader. The favors test is one of the most subtle yet critical hurdles in the dating process because it directly measures your self worth and your role in the relationship. This test isn't about being mean or unhelpful. It's about determining whether you are a leader who respects his own time or a pleaser who will do anything just to stay in a woman's good graces. When a woman asks you for a favor, she is subconsciously checking to see if you have boundaries. If you drop everything to serve her every whim without question, you might think you're being a nice guy, but you're actually signaling that your time and energy are low value. To maintain long term attraction, she needs to know that your help is a reward to be earned, not a free service provided to anyone who asks. The first level of this is the small favor. These are tiny everyday requests, like asking you to hold her purse while she goes to the restroom or to grab her something from the other room. Most men fail this by being too easy. They jump at the chance to be useful, hoping it will earn them points. In reality, being a doormat earns you 0 points and kills the romantic tension. Instead of just grabbing the purse, add a playful condition. Say, I'll hold it, but only if you bring me back a water. Or simply ask, what's the magic word? By making her say please or offering a tiny trade, you turn a subservient moment into a fun, high value interaction. It shows you're a man who expects mutual respect and isn't afraid to lead the dynamic. The second level is the big favor, and this is where most men accidentally drive themselves straight into the friend zone. If you have only been on a few dates and she asks you for something major, like helping her move apartments, driving her to the airport at 4 a.m., or fixing a major mechanical issue with her car, you must politely decline. While it feels counterintuitive, doing boyfriend level labor before you are actually her official boyfriend is a massive attraction killer. Human psychology tells us that people value what they have to work for. If you provide the full VIP boyfriend package for free while you're still essentially a stranger, she loses the incentive to respect you as a romantic partner. She will begin to see you as a utility rather than a priority, and that is a gap that is almost impossible to bridge later on. The key to passing this test is understanding the timeline of investment. You should save the heavy lifting, the personal sacrifices, and the big favors for when the relationship is established and official, usually after about 3 months of consistent dating. Until that point, if she has a major problem, let her rely on her existing circle of friends, family, or professional services. By politely saying, I'd love to help, but I've got a busy weekend. I'm sure your brother or a moving crew could handle that for you. You are demonstrating that you have a life of your own. This builds massive respect. It proves that you aren't trying to buy her affection with labor. When she realizes she can't just use you for chores, her attraction to your strength and your boundaries will grow, creating a much healthier foundation for a real relationship. The flake test. She cancels 30 minutes before the date or claims an emergency came up. Whether she's testing you, lost interest, or actually has an emergency doesn't matter. The response is the same. Don't get mad and don't chase. Be cool, say no problem, and then stop texting. Do not ask her out again. Wait for her to re engage you. If she's interested, she will reach out to fix it. If you want to be advanced, indirectly imply you're busy anyway. All good. A friend wanted to grab dinner tonight, so I'll just head there. Talk soon. Let her wonder if that friend is another woman.